We are nothing sacred. We are nothing sacred. We are nothing sacred.
With Maxwell Silverhammer.
We are nothing sacred. With cruise control. We are nothing sacred.
Life is a blade that cuts through your heart and your soul.
Leaves you to
Oh man, this is the Nothing Sacred Show. My name is Cruise Control.
And I'm Maxwell Silverhammer.
And it is Easter Sunday, the 9th of April, 2023. And we are here. We haven't done this in
Dude.
We keep saying we're gonna do it once a month.
Right. And then we other things come up, and then we're like, fuck, and then we don't get around to it or whatever. So for you guys who love to just hear Cruise Control and I talk, this is going to be your show.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
It's just us, guys. Don't worry. No one's coming on.
Nope.
It's going to be us twos.
Yep.
It's going to be really, really. It's just the two of us.
I'll tell you, one thing that's pissing me off, man, is
all right,
fucking,
okay.
Here we go.
You go first.
I'm rolling. Well, all right, dude. Both my Facebooks keep getting fucking hacked, and that's why I think it's got to be some shit. I know you say you shouldn't think everything's a spincuracy, but god damn it, why is it only happening to me, man? How come? And it's both of my pages. You know what I'm saying? So
it happens to everybody. We're all being hacked all the time.
But every time I log in, it's like saying we notice suspicious activity on your account. Go click here to unlock your account, and you got to jump through all these stupid hoops. And then I get all these notifications that say my comment goes against the community standards. And then I look to see what the comment was, and it was stupid. There was one where I was talking to Jerkman, and I said something. We were talking about whatever, the usual shit that we talk about, and I said, I said, well, yeah, that's how sheep get slaughtered or something like that. And that comment got flagged, or there was another one where I said, this platform is pissing me off. I'm getting sick of the censorship. I was on somebody else's post, and they flagged that one. And I'm just like, the
good thing is you don't have to worry about too much longer because Facebook's kind of dying, man.
Well, that's true. And this is the reason why they're fucking dying.
It's one of the reasons.
Yeah.
But it's just an outdated system now. And
well, I mean, in that case, they should try to do everything they can to keep motherfuckers there, because this is stupid. What I mean, why are they doing this shit? Is it really, are we that much of a threat to them and their homosexual ways?
Yes.
Zucker Kaikin is fucking
probably
his bullshit. So yeah, dude, it's just I'm just thinking like, dude, how the fuck can I be a threat to you, man? I ain't shit. I'm nobody. You know what I mean?
No,
so,
but that's the thing. They're going to get the people that they can't. They're not going to take the people that are generating money. They're not going to hurt those people. They're going to take it out on the people that can't generate, that aren't generating money, that just like might get to other people and friends and stuff like that. Because no one's gonna. It's not like if you like put a bulletin out and said, "Hey, my account got banned," like anyone would come at you. But if Snoop Dogg's account got banned.
Oh, then they'd people.
In other words, it's all about how many people it's going to affect in a lot of ways.
That's interesting.
Please, that's the way I look at it. Like that's why our show, we have no idea whether our show gets shadow banned or not.
Yeah,
because we don't have enough of we're not like a popular show.
No.
So like we're not going to affect them in terms of money or in terms of income and in terms of noticeability. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so in other words, they're going to go after the fuckers that aren't making the money. Like,
but because we still are spreading our fucking terrible ideas. You're
exposing my homosexual ways.
What makes more sense? Knock out these small people that might be affecting 10 to 15 people, 20 people at a time, or 30 people, or even like 300 people, without them being noticed, or knock out the guy who's got like 50,000 subscribers and gets 5,000 streaming people.
Right, that big person. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Well, that's The corporate gym way, I guess.
Yeah,
huh?
it's like they're taking care of us because we might reach some people, but they can take us out and no one knows. Because
it's like, oh well, nobody would give a shit. Take them out. Plus, we never, I always get those things about boosting my post. And of course, I never do that, where they want you to pay so much just to boost your post. And I'm like, fuck that. So, we'll never do that.
That's the thing. Like, they're throttling stuff so that you don't get out as much as you could.
Right.
If you don't pay, it's like, well, you could get out more. Like, yeah, like you're not fucking stopping me from getting out as much as I can now.
Right.
Like you're already doing that. But you're basically saying, well, if you pay this $5, we're gonna take off the shit we already have on you, and then maybe give you like a little nudge that might give you like 5 more people a fucking week.
Right, which is bullshit. It's a no reason to pay for it. So yeah, so instead they shadow ban you, and they're down in Bora Bora, Felch and come out of each other's assholes, and that's how it is. Mm-hmm. So and like now I can't post in groups. I think it's till April 24th. So like our shows, I usually post, there's a couple different groups like Las Vegas podcasters and a few other ones that I post in, and it won't let me post shit now, till like the 24th. It's a big long ass ban. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what did I do?
Oh man, you must have said something really bad.
They're like 13-year-old girls. They're afraid you're talking about them. Oh, you're going to talk about me. I'm going to ban you.
It's power, man.
Yeah, it's sucker kike.
It's power. It allows them to be able to ban things that they don't like to hear. And that's all this bullshit wokeism is about. Power. It's all the same shit.
Well, let's see. Maybe we'll get ourselves some help here. Let's see. We stand with Ukraine. Children should be sodomized at 3 years old. There we go.
You should be able to cut off the tits of 2-year-olds.
Yeah, exactly. See, now there we go. That'll get us some juice, right?
That's the thing. You cut them off before they even have a chance to grow, and then you guarantee that your little girl is going to grow up to be a fine young man.
A man, yes, exactly. Better change the gender, dinky. This shit's
we're living in fucking batshit crazy is what we're living in, man.
I see that. God damn.
We are living in dude. The Bud Light. Have you heard about this fucking?
Oh, the tranny on the Bud Light thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have.
Dude, what the fuck is wrong, dude?
Yeah,
corporations are doing this on purpose to try to normalize this shit, man.
Well, they're because they're pedos themselves.
Well, here's the thing: advertisements used to be to advertise the product. Like let's say it's advertised a Bud Light or Bud Weiser or that.
Yeah, right. The frogs or whatever.
The frogs or whatever the fuck it is. They were meant to advertise the product. Now it's advertising the product and agenda.
Yep.
It's basically trying to use ad agencies to propagandize and brainwash people.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, look at this woman on a Bud Light can, except she's a dude who dresses up as a woman.
Yeah. Yeah. So really it's just wow. So it's a cross-dresser, basically.
Yeah, basically, it's a trans woman. But
trans
the
person.
Thing is, you're not supposed to think of as they're just women. They believe she's a woman.
You need to believe it too.
Yeah, it's batshit, man.
That's fucking.
And it's intentional because these companies have to know they're dividing everybody, but they don't care because they want the attention. That's all they need.
Right. Look, we're pushing the agenda. Well, a lot of corporate fucks I found are leftist fags anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's kind of their thing. They're pushing, and a lot of them are pedos, man. Real shit. A lot of them are into that kind of stuff.
Like it. I mean, like, how do you? Okay. If you have the ability to consent as a child to hormone blockers and surgeries or whatever, it doesn't matter. Anything, any kind of. If you have the ability as a 13-year-old to understand that you are a male or a female, then why that's the next step is, well, if a kid can know what gender they are and have surgeries when they're 13, why can't they have sex with an adult. I mean, they already understand what kind of sex.
Right, they know about the sex, so therefore they're aware.
I mean, I don't understand this. They can cut off their tits when they're 14, but they can't fuck me. You know, when they're 14,
and I'm 50.
What the fuck? Well, I don't understand. But that's like literally like you can't make the argument. You can't make the argument that a person can literally have their tits cut off when they're 14.
No,
and then make the argument that they don't
understand sex
and can consent to sex.
Yeah.
So it's another gateway to that. Like, well,
you know, and Jerkman and I were talking about this years ago, you know, on one of the Shit That Irks Me shows about this, what we called it corporate pedophilia, where a lot of the girls' clothes now are very almost suggestive, like little girl clothes, like 6-7-year-old girls. You know what I'm saying?
Well, now it's 13-year-old boys who dress up as suggestive girls and dance in front of people.
Jesus Christ! Wow.
Yes. And that's supposedly like just like cheerleading. It's just like
that's crazy. Totally fucking crazy.
Dude, if you go down that rabbit hole, man, it really is. It's fucked up because there's no boundaries. Because like I said, the logic is if a 13-year-old understands sexuality and everything else enough to know that they want to cut their tits off or graft their, cut their dick off or whatever. Bottom surgery, top surgery. That's what they call it. Bottom and top.
So if you're a bottom, that means you're a girl or something like that?
No, bottom surgery is like cutting your dick off, and top surgery is cutting your tits off. Like top surgery.
It's all fucking batshit. I mean, how do you allow a kid can't consent to something like that? I want to get my tits cut off.
But if they are assume they can, then obviously they can consent to fucking some guy.
Well, of course, yeah, because they're aware of their sexuality.
Of course, if you can cut your own tits off at 13 and have the ability to go beyond your parents and circumvent them and say, "I want my tits cut off," then you should obviously be able to.
Wow.
Yeah.
God, dude, that's just
it's fucked up, man. And this is happening all the time.
A sick new world. It just seems like right after COVID. Or right around COVID is when all this sick, like this disgusting shit
it broke open. COVID did something. There's a pre-COVID and post-COVID.
Oh, totally. I mean, we saw some of the shit coming. Like I said, some of this we talked about it with Jerkman back in the day, and you and I talked about it. But man, some of it was us sort of joking, right? You know what I'm saying? Like there was a part of us that didn't believe, like, oh, they'd never do that. And then all of a sudden, dude, COVID came, and fucking. Like the wackos came out of the woodwork for real.
Well, yeah, and it's gotten even more polarized, and like it's like even like it's not like if you voted for Trump, you're an evil person.
Yeah, of course.
If you voted for Biden, you're an evil person or an idiot, right?
Right, or either side. I see what you're saying. Both sides.
Like I said, they both. It's so polarized that you are either or. You have to be on. And so it's destroyed everything in terms of any kind of ability for us to actually connect with each other.
Right. Exactly. Well, they want to.
If you're a quote unquote MAGA Republican, then you're a racist, sexist, asshole, cocksucker, motherfucker. And if you're woke, you're a racist,
Yeah, it's at the other side. We'll say the same thing.
All the same shit, man. And it's so fucking polarized that I don't know. And I'm on one side, obviously. I'm definitely on the non-woke side.
Oh yeah, totally. I lean more towards the right for sure.
But even the right, like that Christian, the Christian kind of right is the same shit.
That's fucked up too. Yeah,
because it's religious. It's the
right woke.
The woke, the woke on the left is the religious left.
Yeah,
the hardcore Christian right is the religious right.
Yeah, totally.
Because they're all just goddamn, I'm gonna fucking.
And they're both reactionary. You know, on either side.
John 3:17. He had not the heart to dig deeper there on the Jesus. Jesus Christ. You need to be. I'm gonna shoot your fucking ass faces off. You fucking queers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I can't roll. Some of that's a little too much.
Exactly. It's the same thing. It's that fucking batshit fucking okay.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yep.
yes.
Yep.
Jesus,
So you got
Jesus
both
is
sides.
going to fucking come down on you.
He is risen, and you're a sinner because you're a homosexual
And
or
you're a
whatever.
sinner because you're white.
Yeah.
That's the woke. That's the woke side.
That's the woke side.
The woke sinners are the white people,
Right.
or the people higher on the oppression scale.
Oh, totally.
Like straight white males, or as they call them, cis, which is an insult. But so fuck that shit. I'm never gonna say cis.
Right.
Straight white males are the top at the top. They're the ones who just oppress everybody.
Right. It's all their fault.
So they are the most oppressed under that ideology. So they're going to be the ones who people can fuck with. Hey, they're straight. I can't be racist. I just punched a white guy, but I'm not racist because power structure.
Yeah. See, because I don't have no power, so that's not racist. You know, I can't be racist. See, that's another fucked up way of thinking.
Even though there are 14 black people beating the shit out of one white dude.
Yeah.
He's still the one who's racist. He's still the guy who has the power.
Yeah. The white man has the power. So therefore there's no such, you know, the thinking is all fucked up, dude.
Yeah. It's because it's based on identity politics.
Oh, totally.
So,
anyway,
here was another thing. I had a moist back border hopper, Uber driver, a Ubiner. And, this is what pisses me off. Okay, now that's why I want to tell this story, because you have quite the contrast here. One was, I get this guy, he's picking me up at work, and it says, and this is why you can't go by the name, because this guy's name was Daniel. So I'm like, oh, Daniel, okay, it's an American name, you know, because usually if I see a Jose or a Juan or something, I'm like, oh shit, that motherfucker better know English. But so I'm thinking Daniel, okay, all right, cool. So then it said my driver has arrived. So I hit 3 to call the driver, and this guy can't. I'm trying to tell him I'm at the back of the complex between B and C, and he's going, what are you at? And dude, he's honking his horn. I can hear him honking his horn over the phone, and I can't hear the horn in the complex anywhere. So who knows where the fuck this guy was? He could have even been, you know, a few complexes over or something. And so I'm like, no, towards the back. So then, dude, he starts, he's grumbling shit in Spanish. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can tell he's talking shit, like, about me. You know, I companto, cantanto. And so then I start grumbling my own shit. You know, this is why we need Trump back in office. Let me tell you. And so eventually, this guy can't find me. And I'm going, okay, dude, I'm in the back between B and C. It's not that difficult. And he's not understanding me. And I said, okay, this is going nowhere. So fuck it. I'm canceling this ride. So I cancel the ride, and I get another driver. This guy comes, and this dude was from Syria. And, you know, he gets out, man, and he's articulate. He has a little accent, obviously, but I mean, he's talking about how much, you know, he's been here since 1988. He loves it here. He was telling me some pretty sad shit too. He was like, yeah, you know, I didn't get a pair of shoes until I was 17. And I'm like, what the fuck? You know? And he's like, he said, you know, before that, my brother would give me slippers and I'd have to tie them on with ropes. And I'm just like, whoa, dude. So anyway, this guy was really cool, man. And you know, it was just a funny contrast, because here it is. You got, what's that?
Yep, contrast.
Oh yeah, because you got this guy who, you know, is totally willing to assimilate, does all the right things, you know, loves it here. And then you get this entitled asshole who thinks I should learn his language, you know, because he fucking swam across the border or crawled through a tunnel and got bit by rats. And it's just like, dude, you know, fuck you. This is why I refuse to learn Spanish, because I'm not going to make it easier for these people. It's a self-inflicted disability. So
why should you have to, like, English is our language here in this country.
Yeah, exactly. Although I hear, dude, I get in arguments with libs and they go, "Oh, there's no English is not a documented language here," and I'm like, "Shut the fuck up, man." Dude, and actually, I found out there's something called, I think, the Gaskin report. I'm gonna have to ask Steve, because he was telling me about it last night. And there is something where they actually did make English the documented language for America. I think German, they voted it was either English or German was going to be the dominant language, and it turned out to be English.
Well, it's obviously English, because
so
the Constitution is written in English.
Yeah, but honestly, that's the thing that bothers me the most, dude. The fact that you refuse, and like I said, dude, it's mainly the Mexies. You know, everybody else that I know from other countries, they all can't wait to learn English. They're loving it. They want to learn as much English as they can. But these motherfuckers, it's an entitlement, man. You know, it's this whole, you stole my land, gringo. No, I didn't steal shit, fuckface. You know, learn the language. You're in this country. If I came to your country, you learn my language? So just so you could communicate with me? Probably not. So, but yeah, so that was, and then what happened was I tried to fight it, right? Because they charged me a no-show fee, and they debated it. Go grandparent did, and then they finally sent me an email and said, unfortunately, we weren't able to fight this. The driver did contact you, and they were there, and blah. And I said, no. So I fought it, dude. I said, this driver, I had to contact the driver. They never contacted me. And I said, when I was trying to communicate where I was, the guy couldn't understand me. So I went into my whole tirade of, Uber should be a little more stringent as far as you better have a command of the English language if you're going to drive for them, so on and so forth. So then Go Grandparent, what they did is they said, okay, we're going to put that, the no-show charge, we're going to reverse it, and we're going to give you ride credits for that amount. So I got that. So that was a little bit of a victory. That was cool.
See, that's where the Karen, because you are a Karen.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. When it comes to my shit,
yes.
Hell yeah, I'm a Karen.
You are a Karen, man. You will fucking fight. But that's why it works, because you just got what you wanted to. You got something resolved because you were pissed off about something.
But this isn't like what's the word I'm looking for? It's not an unreasonable complaint. Now,
but
the
most
average
people would not have even bothered.
But why not, dude?
Because I'm telling you, a lot of people. I might have been like, fuck this. I'm not gonna. You fucking. I'm gonna fucking contact him and her, and you always do that. You always go and contact people.
Well, yeah, because it's what's
I
right,
know,
man.
and you get results. So I'm saying that, like, it's something that I should probably do a lot more, because fuck, I don't. It's like, fuck it, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, like, I don't want to deal with it. It's only $5.86.
Exactly. And you're like, fuck no, I'm not.
Yeah. Well, it's like, I'm thinking what's right is right, man. What if this asshole does this to somebody else?
Yeah.
What if this is his hustle, where he does this shit all the time, where, he no-shows everybody and still makes the $5.86. So he's making money, by doing the shit to people. Yeah. So, and like some Karens, man, when they bitch about shit, it's stupid. It's like dumb things, like, really, you didn't get ketchup and now you're throwing a fit, but in my case, it's something that could affect other people, man. So I'm like, hey, look, man, I'm an advocate. You know what I mean? So
exactly.
That's what by the way, I had a speaking event recently. Nobody told me shit. I go in there and the guy's like, do you speak Spanish? Because nobody here speaks English. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding? It was a group of seniors. So what I had to do was I had to rattle off bits and pieces of my spiel, and then this dude had to translate for them. And of course it was throwing me off, because I'm like, okay, this is, not, I'm used to just, throwing out my shit.
You probably had that like, oh God, like sunken feeling in the stomach. Like,
oh God. I wonder what my facial expression was, man, because I must have been like, oh God. But the good thing is the guy that, was doing the translating, he seemed to have an understanding of what we did. And I did leave some applications for our program there and everything. But man, I mean, the fact nobody told me this shit, I just show up and they're like, oh, do you speak Spanish? Nobody fucking speaks English here. And you're just going, oh, great. Well, I'm trying to find a volunteer that does speak Spanish, because we do some events sometimes where it's predominantly Hispanic. You know what I mean?
That's Vegas now.
It's, dude, it was not that way at one time, man.
Mm-hmm.
It was not.
But it was bad, and even like 2000. We just
2000, but I'm thinking back to the 80s, man, 80s and 90s.
Oh no, yeah, no,
we didn't have that.
No, yeah, right around 2000, just boom, boom, and now it's just fucking incredible.
Oh, it's insane. It's like shit. Yeah. It's hard to find somebody who actually speaks English now.
Yeah,
it's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So, and then the woman who orchestrated it, she emailed me. She's like, I apologize. The front desk didn't tell me you were here this morning, and I'm right back. And I'm like, actually, that wasn't the problem. The problem was nobody spoke English, and I didn't know this. And so, neither my assistant or I speak Spanish. So she kind of was like, she was sort of dismissive about it, her last name was Romero too. So that should tell you something. And, so yeah, she was a little bit dismissive about it and kind of like, their attitude is, well, you should learn Spanish. Nope. I'm not going to enable you, So yeah, dude, that was my other little brush with annoying fucking the people who don't habla English.
You have to accept them. If they don't you understand?
Fuck that.
Oh,
They're in my country.
Learn their customs.
Their customs. Well, then why is it?
You don't have a culture yourself because you're white.
Well, yeah,
you're male.
Damn
so
right.
Therefore, you need to actually adopt some other cultures because you don't have one yourself. Because
I
you're
see.
White and you're male.
Oh, okay.
You don't have a culture because you're white. You're just a bland white man. So maybe you should adopt their culture.
Adopt their culture? Okay, well, maybe I won't bathe for a few days, and I'll fucking start eating beans and rice with everything.
Beans and rice are
actually
great forms of protein.
Although I love Mexican food, truth be told. I love Zafai me some Mexican food, so they can fuck off with that whole, you don't appreciate their culture shit.
No,
like I said, I don't even mind if people are speaking Spanish to each other. It's
all
just
you want is the ability to be able to communicate verbally,
exactly.
With people, and that's probably one of the things that you're going to be dealing with more and more as our society becomes more visual, because that's what's
totally
happening. And that's what's happened in the past. That's why you're having this issue. We can communicate with Pedro. Fine, yeah, because you can fucking hand gesture
and point at shit. Yeah,
point at shit, man. Like you need specific things.
Audio communication.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and therefore, well, you're just gonna have to deal.
Buddy, side the world, pal. Huh? Buy a bag of working eyes. That's what I suggest. Shouldn't have ran out and got yourself a disability.
But it's gotten worse.
Which is funny.
It's gotten worse that over the years, because it used to not be that way.
Right. Now it is.
Now it's consistently that way because no one gives a shit about, because they're barely even looking at the driver. They're fucking at their phones.
Yeah.
Oh, John, I see the car. Yeah,
they don't even talk to the fucking driver. They get in the car.
Driver takes them to where they got to go. Boom,
yeah.
There it is.
You have to interact with the driver.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have to interact with the people to get you where you need to go to understand where you're going.
Exactly. That's where, and like you said, yeah, it's more visual, but and here's a case of where they're not acclimating to me. You know what I'm saying? So hey, they won't acclimate to me. I'm not acclimating to these motherfuckers who don't, who expect me to learn their language. Bottom line, as they say, point blank, period. So shit's crazy, man. What else, man? What other shit is happening?
Shit, man. Just wondering about how, as we get older, I'm going to go a little bit darker here.
Okay.
How as we're getting older, man, just death is just all around us, man. Like
you know what? I'm seeing that too, man.
Fucking just like people that you thought
would never die, right?
Or like your friends from earlier in life.
Yeah.
And then you talk to them now and you're like, yeah, man. You're like, now I had my colostomy removed yesterday. Like, ooh. And also, of course, the people older than you, like your parents and your grandparents and stuff.
Right. And they're now having issues.
We're at the point in our lives now, in our late 40s, where shit's just staring us in the face, man.
Yeah.
Just beating us all in the fucking face, man. Like about just the
as far as like life, mortality and
man,
illness.
You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to go into that a little bit. And
absolutely.
On that, because it's gotten more and more like when in your 30s you could kind of like
20s and 30s you weren't even thinking about shit like that.
No,
you know
man,
what I'm saying?
But now it's like it's like all the time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, every other week, you hear more shit. Oh, this person just died. This person, they're sick. This person
on a general day-to-day basis, man. Like as we got, because we we take things into consideration that we wouldn't have 5 years or 10 years ago.
Oh, totally.
Like, oh, I want to drink this tonight?
Right.
I have to do this tomorrow?
Yeah.
No. Of course you still do. But still,
right.
But
that's but you still, it still comes across your mind.
Yeah.
Like let's say 10 years ago, I didn't think about shit like that. Like, oh, yo, man, should I drink tonight? Where now it actually is something where you're like, fuck, do I want to do that tonight? God, I always wake up feeling like shit, or whatever.
Or just the fact that you take those things into consideration.
Yeah.
And it's just seeing other people go, like, that you're close to, like your family.
Oh yeah.
Your friends, like they're, like, hey, you want to hang out this week? Yeah, I'd love to, but I just had an operation on my shoulder. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
Well,
cool.
I guess we're not hanging out like by 10 years ago. It's like, you want to hang out? You're coming to Vegas? Yeah, just got, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Like there was never a doubt when they said we're hanging out, we're hanging out. Now you got your friends, even people you grew up with, having medical issues.
And it comes in, it just hits you in the face. Like this is reality at our age, man.
Damn. That's crazy, dude. Yeah, because death never did play a big part.
And disease and just not being able to get up and do things the way you used to do things. Although I'm not having a problem with that right now. I wonder, is it
age? Could it be age, or is it? Here we go back to COVID again. Did some of this, stuff exacerbate, a little bit? Like people are.
No, I think it's age.
Just age. Huh?
It's us seeing the people above us, like our parents,
having
deteriorate and also die. Like we didn't think that would happen. Like we weren't really concerned about that when we were younger. But as we get to the point where we're in our late 40s, they are literally in their 70s, and they are, you see them and it's not, there's no question.
Yeah. Like it's inevitable. Question. It's gonna happen.
And you even go, like, when you hang out with them, it's not the same hanging out with them as it was 10 years ago.
That's true.
Even because you're still in that stage where you're not where they are, but they have gone beyond. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, there's certain things. Well, an example of this is like my mom won't do anything at night anymore. I remember back in the day, we used to go to dinner. That was our thing. Always having dinner with my mom. And now it's like, it's got to be lunch. It's got to be during the day because she's afraid to drive at night. That, like, these are things that she's not able to do anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, no, totally. There's definitely, you can see them slowing down. I mean, hey, they're in great shape. I'm grateful for that. But fuck, dude, there's just that inevitable.
But you see it in yourself, too. And that's the thing. Like, God, you see the slowdown in yourself. Like, I think the hardest part about this time of life, like in late 40s, is that everything just comes to grips with, like, you're going to see people die that you care about.
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing.
You're going to be feeling some shit. You're going to be needing medical help yourself.
Yeah.
Probably at some point for whatever, because you already feel shit that you're like.
Yeah. Like, it's going to get, well, see, and here's the thing. We're only aging, so it's only going to get worse. Yes. You know what I'm saying? So,
that's the thing, like, that's a realization. Like, we're on the downward turn. We're not on the upward swing.
No, this is downward now, man. Now, we're going down.
If things change in terms of technology where you adjust that, that's great. But typically,
as life would work,
like we're seeing that more. Like we're being, for me, it's like I'm being subjected to the truth of life. Like there's issues with my stepdad at the moment.
Yeah.
And it's just you can't do anything about it. There's nothing you can do. You just have to fucking accept it and nod your head, because that's the way it's going to be with
just how life's going to work. You know?
That's the way life fucking works.
Yeah. And you just gotta. That's, it's just one of those shitty things where you're like, oh fuck, man, I wish I could do something to fix it. I wish I could prolong it. I wish I could, but no, you really can't, man. You just have to accept shit and just go, all right, man, this is their wishes.
Yeah.
This is what they wanted, so you got to I got a friend now, I was telling you off the air, that's not doing very well. And his days are numbered. And we were having a pretty deep conversation, very tough conversation last night regarding this kind of stuff. And he said, hey, if I do decide to take myself out, as it were, he was like, don't do anything noble. Don't try to save me. He was like, if I find out you've done that, then you're done. Like, and I'm like, fuck, okay, this is real.
Yeah, man.
So
yeah, and that's the thing. It's real.
Yeah,
and
you got to just
yeah.
Yeah, that's whew.
Pretty
yeah,
big, man.
It's a tough thing, man. It's just life. What
really,
it is.
It really
man.
fucking is, man. It really is. Life is not easy.
No.
And it really is not easy.
no, but I mean, don't get me wrong, it could be great. There's been I've had some awesome experiences,
course,
and there'll be more awesome experiences.
That's why we keep going, because we know those awesome experiences exist.
Yeah, absolutely. So. But it just sucks. It's like, fuck, we gotta lose people. Like there's some people that aren't in my life anymore that 10 years ago were. So yeah. But hey, it is what it is, I guess.
It is what it is, man.
Yep.
Anyway,
on that bright note,
we're gonna leave you all with our fantastic, lovely, optimistic experience of the future.
Very positive on an Easter Sunday.
Seriously, the fact is, it actually is positive, because we're all still fucking living.
Yeah. Well, and fuck, our health is, thank God, knock on wood. You know what I'm saying? We're still healthy.
Damn right.
Relatively healthy. Over there convulsing. That sounds like how you end a show sometimes.
It does. And it will do that tonight as well, because I am. All right, this has been the Nothing Sacred Show, the first one in a while, with just me and Maxwell. I am Cruise Control.
And I'm Maxwell Silverhammer.
And that's the story there, bitch.
We are nothing sacred. We are nothing sacred. We are nothing sacred.
With Maxwell Silverhammer.
We are nothing sacred. With cruise control. We are nothing sacred.